Good morning, Persephone Jane here for Right Up Our Alley. Today, I'm back in our sunroom, which has a lot of really great light, but it's freezing in here because when they built it, the roof, is pointed, and so it's got like this triangle right here in the frame, right? Except that in that triangle, it's just a screen. There's no window, there's no insulation, it's just a screen. So it's freezing in here, even though it's really bright and sunny. So I'm gonna try to be fast. A couple of weeks ago, at this point, January, so months maybe, I did a video about Brats, which is a middle grade children's series that I started for military kids. It follows 3 siblings through just the very unique challenges that military kids face. Being a military family, I have 3 military kids myself. They're very loosely based on my children. And the things that we have encountered and the things that we have struggled through as a family, and that we have had to help them through as parents. So anyway, a couple weeks ago I did a video about Brats and its launch because I'm going to self-publish it, and in order to do that I had to be really organized with a good calendar. And so I, in that video, I went over the calendar for launching Brats, and it's going to be this big multimedia thing, so there's all these different moving parts that I needed to really have a good handle on. So a little update on that, because the video for the calendar is out there, so I feel like I have to keep abreast of what's happening. So the update is that I have pushed the launch for the series an entire year. Barring any crazy unforeseen opportunities that might come my way, that will be the new schedule. And I did that for a very specific reason. I had finished the first book, and I was reading it over, and I was looking at it, and I just had this feeling that it just wasn't right, but I couldn't figure out what about it wasn't right, or I couldn't figure out what to change to make it right. So I was bouncing ideas back and forth off of some people and realized that I needed to completely overhaul how the book was divided up. So I had one book that went over several months, and it wasn't right. It didn't work for the story, and it didn't work for the feeling of the book and the multimedia project. And so I took that book and I broke it into 4 smaller books. And so now it's going to be those 4 smaller books that arc a story over them, but each book will be its individual story as well. And because of that, I need time to break the sections up, fill in the gaps, create the whole stories within them, and that's going to take a longer time. And I could have pushed the launch just by a couple of months and done it in the summer, but April is the month of the military child, and so it's very important to me to keep the launch of the book in April, because I want to maximize its impact, and I think that's a good month to do so, because a lot of different outlets will be looking for military type things to promote and advertise. And so if I can be one of those things with a great new, launch of a series, then I want to maximize on that and take advantage of it. So knowing that I want it to be in April means that if I'm not ready this April, I kind of have no choice but to wait until the next one, which is fine, because not only will I get those first 4 books solidified, but I plan to write ahead, maybe by 4 to 8 books, so 2 more sets. And by the time I launch next April, I will already have several sets ready to go, edited, complete with illustrations, ready to go. And that makes me feel better, because if the launch next year goes the way that I want it to go, the months following that will be very busy, and I don't want to spend those months that I'm busy promoting the book trying to write the next one. If I can have it already kind of in the bank, so to speak, then I can relax and really enjoy, publicizing and marketing and really getting out and touching base with the military community about these books. And that's what I really want to do. I want to be able to like decompress during that time and really enjoy sharing the book with people. So I pushed the launch an entire year. I'm still using the calendar because it's wildly helpful, but hopefully in the next couple of months I'll be able to add and change the calendar and maybe do another video later once the calendar is more finalized. I just realized my lips look almost completely blue because it's so cold in here. Okay, so that's it. Just a quick update on Base Brats, and if you watched the other video and you were thinking that you might want to get in on it, it's gonna be a little while, like I said, unless some crazy unforeseen opportunity comes my way to push me into doing it sooner or changing the timeline. It'll be next year. I do plan on doing a Kickstarter for it. I just don't know the timeline for the Kickstarter just yet. Probably solidify that later in the summer. So that's it, just a quick update from Persephone Jane on Base Brats and how things can just change. You know, when you're your own publishing house, so to speak, in self-publishing this set, you know, I get to make these decisions on my own. I don't have somebody telling me when and where to do it. And that's refreshing. At the same time, it's a little bit frustrating and it can be a little bit dicey trying to work out all the moving parts. So if you're in the same boat, or you think you might be, or you have some advice for me, drop it in the comments below. It would be really helpful all the way around, no matter what. If nothing else, misery loves company. Hope you guys are enjoying your weekend, and we'll see you next time.